All right, man, we back. It's Good Philly Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Ashley O'Day, formerly of Danny Kane, calls out Puff Daddy, P.Diddy, for, basically telling people not to vote for Trump. We got to get him out of here. And then he went on to talk about starting our own black political party. And she basically went on, I put on the screen saying that, Puff talks all this stuff, but Donald Trump said he was close, really good friends with Puffy. And obviously they look real chummy in the thumbnail. And there's probably other, pictures out there, but let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And Puff been quiet the whole election. He was saying the same thing Ice Cube was saying, but actually Ice Cube put a plan in action. Puffy was saying that, basically we need to hold each candidate accountable. And basically he was talking about Joe Biden, basically saying that what is Biden going to do for the black community? And basically he was talking about holding the vote like Dr. Umar Johnson and many other brothers and sisters talking about holding their vote. Unless Joe Biden going to lay out a plan for black America. Biden hasn't laid out a plan for black America. Okay, that is the fact. He hasn't. But, he basically said now he changed his tune and said we got to get Trump up out of there. And now 18 days before the election, she was saying, now all of a sudden he shows up and saying don't vote for Donald Trump. Vote for Joe Biden. Why didn't you endorse Joe Biden a long time ago instead of saying, instead of telling us not to vote for Joe Biden, hold Joe Biden accountable and tell him to do something for black America? He hasn't done nothing for black America. I got a clip that somebody sent me that, Kamala Harris says they're not doing nothing specifically for black America. They doing stuff for the poor, and down. Okay. Which, is every black American poor? No. There's some black people doing pretty well. They're not going to do reparations. They're not going to do none of that. Okay. Now, that is what it is. All right. But all of a sudden, 18 days before election, she say Puffy pops up and endorses, Joe Biden. But why didn't he endorse him from the jump? Now, Puffy might have been in the hiding because of Jaguar Wright. Him and Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming. When the lawyer walked on him and Puff, he been real quiet, and all of a sudden he want to talk this political stuff. Where your ass was at when we really needed you? Where you was at? Like Future said, where was that? Where you was at? Where was you when all the blacks needed help? Ice Cube was doing everything that Puffy was saying and disappeared and didn't do. Straight up and down. And we know, do I trust Puff, man? Look here, I trust Suge Knight, but not more than I trust Puff. Look what he did with Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Look what he did. And who really thrived under Puff? Who you can really say is doing well messing with Puff? Real talk. Who? Black Rob talking about child support kicking his butt. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Biggie, he ended up dead, and basically Christopher Wallace's family, Biggie, basically was saying that Puff ain't dead and they ain't seen her. Puff ain't did nothing for him. He got his whole catalog, all the royalties and stuff. Come on. Same thing with Skylar Rock. When Skylar Rock's son and say KRS-One ain't did nothing for him his whole life. How that was your man help you put you on and you don't take care of his family? Okay? And you ask yourself, why not, Puff? You told us if Joe Biden didn't do nothing for us, to hold our vote. All of a sudden you come out and you endorse him. It sounds like he might have made a deposit to your account. And we just talked about 50 saying he voted for Donald Trump after seeing Joe Biden is going to tax the wealthy 62% in the state of New York and right around the same percentages in California, New York City, and New Jersey, and maybe some other places. So why not? You can't trust Puff. Real talk, you can't trust him. He come out and talk and get a Grammy this speech, and then, Mace like, why you sell my masters? Why you didn't give me my masters back? So you really can't look at celebrities for political advice, because guess what? They on this side of the totem pole. Most of us right here. Think about it. If you was a billionaire or 100 millionaire, or you was a millionaire, right? And whatever you did, out there, you sold cars, or the dealership, you owned a company, a haircut, whatever you did out there, you hooped, whatever, doctor. And they said they're gonna take 62% for taxes out of what you make. You only make 100%. So out of your, how can I put it? Out of your, if you really, really pro-black, which I don't even think that exists anymore, but if you really I hate Donald Trump, do you sit it out? Do you vote for Joe Biden and him take 62% or tax you even higher? Or do you vote for Donald Trump and say, shit, I want to keep my money? And most people, y'all not going to admit it. Y'all going to protect your money first. Shut up and down. You're going to protect your money first. It is what it is. I ain't knocking you for it. I ain't knocking Curtis Jackson. I've been very critical of some things that Curtis Jackson do. But if somebody they predict is going to take 62% of my income, if I lived in this place, hell, I'm not voting for that. Hell no. Straight up and down. That's like you getting your check and you bring home a rack, for a week. And you bring home $400. Not even that, like $380 or something like that. Are you going to be happy about it? No. But Puffy Sean Combs is not to be trusted. There's too many. He's a very shrewd businessman. I ain't mad at that. But he's scandalous. Look at Young Jock. He came out with a second good album. Saw people say The Coffee Shop. I didn't like it. Didn't like the single. But you never heard from him again. Black Rob, he did his thing for a minute. Never heard from him again. G Dep. I mean, when he in prison, but my other Loon came out. He said, "Oh, girl, get at me, man. I want to." Was he talking to Loon the whole time in prison? I think not. But like I was saying, Puff is up there, and a lot of us is somewhere in between down there. So your needs ain't the same as my needs. Straight up and down, your needs ain't the same as mine. I ain't knocking you for whatever your needs is. I mean, me and you live different. The difference is the Democrats are supposed to take from them and give to us. The only problem is that money don't reach us. That money is misused. A lot of, inner city, a lot of cities that are urban or even white, they misuse the money. You see construction. If you live in the Midwest or the East, depends where you live at, you see construction all the time. And a lot of times those constructions have some type of family or friend ties to somebody in the government circle. So all they doing is feeding the money to their construction buddies. A lot of times you see a lot of city councilmen, mayors and all that, and even governors sometimes pocketing money that should go to us. Look at the black school system. What happened? They got MacBooks and all type of stuff in the suburbs. Kids barely got Google Chromebooks that came out probably 10 years ago, 8 years ago, whenever it came out. They got the first editions. So that money never reaches the inner city. That's why I say when people talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't believe in it for multiple reasons. But it's run by somebody that's not look like us, and also the money that they have, that they are getting, it's not reaching us. When I look out there, when I see Coach for Kids, I don't see Black Lives Matter doing that. I don't see them, going to the youth and going to schools, redoing gyms and giving textbooks and more computers. I don't see that. And then when I do see the NBA, NFL do that, I don't really see that happening in the inner city. They be in the suburbs, giving them more and more better stuff. And can I say that black people misuse and abuse the stuff? Absolutely. Up the street, they took the air conditioning units off a brand new school. So I can't understand that where they gonna say, or they just gonna abuse it and misuse it anyway. I get it. Us as black people, we gotta do better. But Puff, 18 days? Now I know you kind of been trying to hide from those rumors, but it's nothing new to anybody that know anything about music industry. You, Dr. Dre, can keep going on and on. But why now? Why did you hold Joe Biden accountable for doing something for Black America? You held him accountable. You said he bet, we just can't give him the vote. Tell us what you're going to do. He hasn't told us nothing. Everything he said is not nothing for black people. White people included. People talking about, they're going to expunge marijuana convictions and they're going to make marijuana legal. Me personally, I don't smoke weed. I live in a state that is legal and a governor that's trying to expunge people anyway. But guess what? White people got marijuana convictions. White people smoking marijuana. We're going to give a tax credit to anybody that makes Kamala Harris under a certain amount. And they said, what about black people? Well, we're not going to do nothing specifically for them. Cool then. Okay. It's a crime to do something for us. It is. Why do you think Flint still need water? But like I said before, you vote. I'm not knocking you vote for Trump or if you vote for Joe Biden because they both the same thing. And people don't want, you just, what am I? People say, well, Joe Biden can change. Like I said, Can't teach an old dog new tricks. When did Joe Biden change? When George Floyd got killed? Guess what? He was alive when Rodney King got beat. He damn near probably was alive when Emmett Till got hung. He's seen a lot of racist stuff. Guess what? Racist stuff just didn't happen. What about Mike Brown? You know what I'm saying? What about all the stuff, all the bills he put in and all that? You know, it is what it is, man. But, you know, Ashley O'Day called out Puff, and she right. Puff is very indicative of a cruel businessman. You can't get as much money as Puff, or close as much money as Puff, unless you inherit it. You can't get it on your own without having this mentality, and I get it. You know, I'm going to use you. You know, I'm going to take care of you. But when I have no more use for you, I'm going to move on. You know, and if Puff kept all them dudes around like Black Rob and, you know, he gave Biggie, you know, royalties back to his family, and he took care of Loon, he wouldn't have as much as he got now. The way he look at it, these dudes ungrateful anyway. You know, the money I gave them, they should have put it up anyway. So if you want to be like Puff and be wealthy, not rich, you gotta be cutthroat. You know? But I find it funny that a lot of these black celebrities that you can find taking pictures with Donald Trump, you know, cool with Donald. Y'all didn't know he was racist. All of a sudden, y'all just found out he was racist when he got into office. Or if that's your opinion of it. I find it funny. But what Ice Cube did is what Puff should have tried to do. Where was Puff's contract with Black America? Why he didn't touch bases with Ice Cube and they could have did a contract and win whatever candidate that was going to look at it or implement the black contract with America? What Ice Cube did is what Puff should have been doing. All of a sudden, Puff, he gone. He popped back up, but it is what it is. People that vote for Joe Biden think Trump racist and don't think Joe Biden racist, but the history showed us different. And people that vote for Donald Trump, whatever reason they vote for him, it is what it is. Is it because of your tax bracket and him, you know, letting the rich keep their money and keep taking from the poor, whatever it may be, you know? But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Twitter, it's the fastest way than Facebook and Instagram. Also, we got a Facebook group. You can check that out. Other than that, want to make a donation? Best way to do that personally for me is share the video and check my Detroit channel out, Motor City Sports Talk. Also, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button over here and over there. If you want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time. We go.